Hi guys. We're gonna try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. But you know I kind of get a little long-winded and on tangents and all that neato stuff. But we're gonna talk about. I haven't done a little, garden update per se of the things that are growing wildly in the greenhouses and some things that did not make it in the greenhouses. So we're going to do that today. I've got to get quite a bit of stuff caught up. We've mostly been working outside, and like I talked about in my prior video, I have medical issues that sometimes prevent me from doing what I want to do. So there's some days that there's only so much that I can accomplish, and so that's where we are today. So we're going to jump into this real quick, knock this out real quick. A lot of this stuff needs to be dumped, and that's going to happen in the near future, either today or tomorrow. We are due for a cold snap. I'm actually going to go outside because I bought replacement cabbage. We'll get there, but I'm going to be pulling all of that in because we're supposed to have some colder temperatures. And I may be going and buying replacement broccoli this evening because probably between the cold and between other things, we'll get there. We're probably going to need replacement broccoli. Anyway, let's do this, okay? This is way overdue. I'm being separated out. This is a tray of my squash plants. Just have gone bananas. I don't normally get this good of a result from squash this quick, but yeah, they have gone cuckoo bananas. I'm happy. I'm trying my best to keep them. I've got to do some work up potting things, obviously, as you can see, in thinning. These are the last few tomatoes that I planted. These are some early girls. These are some fresh salsa hybrids. And then it goes back into the zucchini. Now, the reason why I planted them this way versus, like one, maybe two per tray is that you can just, take them apart and transplant them. This should have already been done. I'm taking a huge gamble on these whenever I transplant them. I already have some early girls and stuff planted, so we'll see. This little tray is just, this one just, I think, again, my error, this mildew-ish stuff, I think that it, learning how to actually use the greenhouse and this type of greenhouse error. In the last few days, some things that I planted in this a long time ago have started to jump up. I've up-potted most of the things that initially came up. This is growing in literally, I don't know what. Oh, there it is. Okay. It sat down roots and just, see, these are tomato roots, and they will just, a tomato, we train them to vine up. They can vine on the ground. You probably already knew that. Anyway, this is like the first tray of tomatoes. I need to, obviously, whatever can be salvage, toss the rest. And as you see, again, I think I was a little overzealous with keeping the greenhouses closed up and not allowing enough air to circulate. So, initially, and I think that is what caused the issue with the mildew and, probably overwatering. So we're going to just keep kind of going down. We're going to get a little quicker with this. These are a couple, I bought a few, I think 3 or 4 tomato plants from Lowe's. because I couldn't remember when I got to Lowe's if I had planted these varieties. It's a lemon boy. They're the more yellow tomatoes. Those need dealt with. I've got some remnants. I like remnants. Backup lettuce that decided to sprout after I put everything else out. So I've just kind of let it go and see what it will do. I've got to do something with it because, well, I've got to start getting this space back for its original. And, you know, this is part of my kitchen, and as you know, I have a small kitchen and a whole lot of stuff, so I have to reclaim this space for other things that it's needed for. Down here again, lettuce, one little spinach plant that's doing its best to hang on. This is lettuce, and I guess I should probably keep the camera where my hand is. We'll probably put these outside. These I killed, so yeah. Go over here. First, this is a first. I planted catnip, and well, this is the only little spriggy that came up. I don't know. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's two little spriggies. Wait, not sure what this may be catnip. I can't remember now because it's been so long, and I'm sorry I keep moving the camera. But as you can see, there's this touch of mildew in the soil. My fault. Okay, now back here, pepper plants, peppers. I'm pretty sure most of that back tray is all peppers. I've got to get them up potted because they need to go in the ground. A few little tomato plants. Whenever I was thinning some the last time that I sat down to thin them, I was running out of space. They're big boys. I had about 4 left. They were kind of on the wimpy side. This was where I had the lettuce planted. When I took the lettuce out to up pot it, I just thought, you know, this soil is here. It was still wet. It is still usable. So I tossed the tomatoes in there. If they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. I'm okay with that. Hi, cat. We have little Gabriel that may make an appearance. This is his little area. Usually I don't take up all of his space because this is his sunspot. It has been a point of contention between us because he tends to, as you'll see in just a minute, keep knocking over my plants because he's trying to get to his sunspot. So I'm going to just, you know, give it back to him soon. Run through this real quick. And like I said, some of these are successes, some of these are fails. This was, oh, I can't think of what, bok choy. I think. No. That's not right. I can't, leeks. One of the things that you're supposed to be able to grow from the root of the plant. Obviously, I failed at that one. So, there's also another little failure back there, but I can't remember what that one was. Little squash happened, or zucchini or squash one, I can't remember now. We'll figure it out when we actually get them into the garden because they're growing like crazy. Lemon. I planted lemon seeds. Finally got something sprouting. It's been a huge, long wait. I missed my lemon tree, so I figured I would just throw a few seeds in a pot and see what happened. This year has been like a try it and see if it works type thing. So some of the stuff that we talk about is we tried it, we couldn't make it work. We may try it a different way. Or we tried it and I inadvertently killed it. So that's going to be a thing too. Now, one thing that I will tell you that I did learn. Let's continue. These are obviously tomatoes. They need turned and up potted. These are some of my Romas that are not faring so well. They need to, I'm probably going to up pot them see what happens. I may just let them go. I don't know. Because space is limited, and we've pulled, there's a lot going into this year's garden, and a lot of stuff that I just don't know if there's going to be room for everything. So they may just get to just not, got to deal with the little mildew again, operator error. It seems to have gotten better when I open the greenhouses and just leave them open. My house tends to stay at 70 degrees year round, whether the heat's on, off, whatever. We were blessed with a well-insulated house, and that's just where that is. What you see here are potatoes that should have already been planted. We haven't made it there yet. This is ginger. I grew it off of a store-bought piece of ginger. It's still growing, and I got to figure out what to do with it because I didn't think it would work. We're going to move down. We're going to quickly go over here because these are all tomato plants, different varieties. Down here's a couple of pepper plants, and you see this is celery. It will grow from itself. So will romaine lettuce. It will reproduce from itself. An onion will grow from the end of the onion. These are what we call green onions or bunching onions. This one was neglected, and I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to salvage all of them. Thankfully, I have more growing. And then down here, various tomatoes, and this is where we have the point of contention with the cat who keeps knocking them over. So that's what's going on here. I had to go and buy, what you hear in the background is the other cat playing in plastic because it's a cat thing. I had to go and buy lettuce plants because I inadvertently killed pretty much all of my lettuce. I had to go and repurchase cabbage because I pretty much killed every last bit of cabbage that I planted. Probably going to have to go and buy greens and spinach because there's something that I'm not doing right. So I'm either going to probably have to buy it because I put my greens on the deck in city pickers. They don't call them city pickers anymore. I can't think of what Lowe's calls them, but you see the little ones that have been tipped over. These are all compliments of Gabriel. This is lettuce that is, I think, a butter crunch, I think. I bought those, and I've almost succeeded in killing all of them because I need to get them into a city picker, and I keep forgetting. This is celery that planted off of a celery. We did some experiments just to see if they would work, and that's just where that is. So, yeah, hang on. Okay, so we're back. Ian and I are out in the yard to show you a couple of things. These hoops, supposedly, I got from Amazon. Don't even bother ordering. As you can see, they are flimsy, they are chintzy.
And it's
cheap.
already ripping.
My fabric got tears in it and has been pulled up. I have a suspect on who may have done that. This is my
raccoon.
Yeah, we have a little raccoon. I've named him Bluey. I think he might be misbehaving. We'll deal with that as needed. I put a peppermint plant, and I'm going to put some other things down to kind of detour him from nomming on my garden because, that's my food. I don't mind to feed him, but, this is my food. The second bed, again, you can see these have poked through the ag fab
Well, this one's a little bit better.
It's a little better, but I would not recommend these hoops. I mean, back in the day when we had, what's it called, Ian?
Stick?
We play it with the marbles and the sticks. We had Lincoln logs bigger than this, you know, when we were kids. This is where I had the cabbage that I grew from seed. It all died from transplant shock, which was operator error. Okay, and in this bed, we have some, these are my little makeshift dividers because we have to put up trellises, because this is where we have planted. The first row is peas. I don't see any of them coming up. However, that may change in the next couple of days. It's a little windy, so you know, I have to hold my dress down. Yeah. Peas, beans.
And barley row.
I can't remember. There's two different types. I think there's two different types. Did we do two different types of peas or just one type of peas?
I think we did two.
I think we did two types of peas. I've got it inside. I just didn't have to bring it outside.
I see some peas coming up.
Yeah, that kind of looks like it might be. Anyway, beep beep. And then there's lima beans and Kentucky. I can't remember what they're called.
There's a James coming up.
So we will have to probably put some adfab over this tonight.
Look at this, I planted the James.
Please get James out of the garden. We have these two beds full of dirt. This bed and that bed are full. Waiting for the tarp. This one isn't tarped because the other tarp is in the trailer, waiting for us to finish emptying out the dirt to, you know, put that to tarp that bed. I'm thinking this bed will be, these two beds I'm thinking will mostly be corn, squash type-ish stuff, maybe tomatoes, I don't know. There's still a whole lot of work that needs to be done. You can see the bucket gardens that I had a couple of years ago in containers. Everything just kind of got wild and out of control. Here, the grandson, of course, you know that, we're outside playing. Oh, we got some potatoes. We're gonna have to put some more dirt over. Look, our potatoes are growing.
Hooray!
We have some potatoes growing in here. I've got more that need to go. They'll go in these other containers. I have a few strawberries that are coming back in this bed, so ultimately what's going to happen is we're just going to have to hand weed and deal with that because I really don't want to kill them out. Tom actually burnt the weeds once and we didn't get down here in time to tarp it, and the strawberries started coming through, so I don't want them tarped. We're going to be planting grape bushes, or grapes, blueberries, raspberries, rhubarb, and blackberries. That's what's on the agenda. A couple of rose bushes, a couple of things up front need replaced, so you know we're going to be doing that. Basically what we're just kind of slowly doing is making our yard as edible as possible. The ag fab that I ordered from Amazon, I do kind of recommend it. I'm assuming that critters have contributed to the holes. Namely, we're going to blame Bluey. We do have quite a bit of birds in the area, so that could be a factor too. So that's kind of where we are on the garden. I have more cabbage to put back in this bed. not real happy with the fact that this is tearing. I don't know if it's it seems to be, might not be as good as I think it is. I'm going to talk to a couple of friends of mine that use row covers and maybe see if, you know, there's where they get theirs and get a different brand. But anyway, that's all we got for you today. It's going to be a little longer. And that's Thomas, because, you know, it's Ian.
No, it's James.
Or James, whatever. I don't know.
I
don't know the names.
I'm the fastest and the splendidest red engine on sonar.
Okay, you don't have to yell. Here's what I don't understand. I put these all through to hold this down, and this is why I'm tending to blame Bluey. They're gone. You can see the holes where they were, but they're gone. I mean, there's like zero trace of them. They're gone. And so I'm kind of thinking he's been peeking in here. We'll put some lights up and kind of deter him. I have never grown broccoli. If this works, great. If it don't, we'll try it again, maybe in the fall. Mostly I have lots of onions throughout the bed, these two beds, to kind of help deter Bluey. Not so sure how well it's working, but I also have my pinwheels. These I do recommend. They do deter. I usually have them dispersed throughout the beds, but we put them all. Please put it back in the bed.
I love to play with pinwheels.
I know you do. That's not a toy though. We put them mainly here because, you know, a direct sew with everything. But anyway, that's all we got today. Where we are. Stay tuned. Watch us grow. Remember, I'm the mayor's daughter.
And I'm the mayor's great grandson. And I'm James.
Say, tell them, say we love you.
We love you. Bye, Michael.
And we see you. Bye.
See you.